UTSA sitting at 7-2, 5-0 in Conference USA. Took down UAB over the weekend. Let's talk with the coach that engineered it. Let's welcome on the show, head coach of your UTSA Roadrunners, Jeff Traylor. Morning, Coach. How you feeling today?
I'm great. Good morning.
Morning, Coach.
So, Coach, yet another overtime, man. You're not making it easy on yourself.
No, we don't know how to do that. We just, really proud of my kids, how they finished it, but missing a lot of opportunities offensively and defensively to put the game away and never did. But I'm also proud of my kids for beating a really good football team on the road. It's hard to do in college football.
Absolutely. I saw that Clark had tweeted out, "I'll be back." Is there any update on Clark? Is he injured? What's the status on Clark?
Yeah, he's going to have knee surgery this week. He'll be done for the year. Really unfortunate. He was an amazing young man. He worked his tail off. And not a better human being in the building, man. Humble spirit, beautiful smile, and really shook our kids up. And that was hard to overcome. And they knew it was bad on the field. And then, to blow that 14-point lead, our kids are just amazing how mentally tough they are to overcome, and then to fall behind in overtime. And still, those suckers they just won't go away. Man. They just won't go away. They're mad.
I've gotten to the point, Coach, where it's like it's been so many. It's been so many. There was even before last year. It's been so many. I get to the point where it's like, okay, been here before. We're fine. Y'all are fine. And sure enough, you guys come out on top again.
Hey, Coach, let's.
I like it that you say we, Rudy. That means you're in there with me, baby.
That's right.
I get caught up sometimes.
We're going to expect you at practice on Tuesday,
I get caught
Rudy.
up sometimes.
Let's give some flowers. And, of course, Frank Harris was spectacular as always. Ice water through his veins. Kavorian Barnes, you're finding backs, Coach. Tell us about how he has gotten to where he is and how did he get to this level already?
Well, if you look at the kids we've lost, it's a great point by you. Trey Smith, the kid we brought in from Arkansas, has been hurt all year. B. Brady's been beat up, and Kavorian Barnes steps up. We lose Mekhi Hart, all-conference right tackle, and we've had Frankie step up. Now we've got Ernesto back. You lose your left tackle and Meach. Then you replace him with Vinley, and he gets hurt. Meach is hurt. And now Walker Beatty's over there at left tackle. You lose your left guard. T. Haynes goes down. And then Payne Hebert steps in there. You lose Rashad Wisdom. Kalechi steps in there. Well, then we lose Kalechi. Ken Robinson steps in there. It's crazy. You lose, JT during the game. Tyke Kellogg steps in there, cut touchdown to help us win the ball game. We just have so many kids that just keep stepping up and finding ways to win ball games. And Kavorian from St. Augustine, great kid. Hurt his freshman year, but man, his redshirt year, he's really coming on.
And when you look at it and you name all those players, Coach, to me, that's more outside looking in. That's more difficult than being in an overtime or double overtime or triple overtime. Is down to third and fourth string players is a little bit more difficult than it is playing in overtime games.
Yeah, and I didn't even mention Brandon Matterson, our best nose guard. I forgot about him. And we've had young kids just replace him in there. And we're missing all those kids now. The thing, to your point, Rudy, that worries me is just how many of those can we take? And our kids just won't let it be a reason. And I tell them all the time, healthy teams don't win championships. Tough ones do. But, man, we've taken our shot.
Hey, you talk about the grittiness. No one epitomized that more than Chapman. Clifford had a hell of a game. What did he do during the week that you saw it coming? Named him team captain. What do you have? I counted 6, 7, 8 tackles, couple of breakups too. Hell of a game from your safety.
Yeah, I think the time off really helped him. He was pretty beat up. He's a physical player. He's a real long player too. So his body needed a little time. He got hurt. We lost him last year. There's another great example. We probably lose Cliff last year if he hadn't got hurt. And all those kids that I'm naming, they're all coming back now because they're all getting a year back. So, you know, that's what I tried to even tell JT yesterday. Sometimes the things we try to pray ourselves out of, the very thing God's putting us in to teach us something. And look at Cliff right now, the benefit of getting that extra year and coming back. He is such a good player right now. And I know that's from just time on task. And we're going to get all those kids back next year. We just got to hold on this year, man.
How like as far as practice goes, when you are beat up as you are all year long, how much does it affect your practice, Coach?
Tremendously, because you're always trying to decide how long and do you pad up at all, because you got to get to the next game. Same time, you got to be ready for the next game. And it's just you know, I just can't tell you how grateful I am for my kids, though, man. They'll ride or die with me now. Those suckers won't let me down. I mean, they will go to the very, very end for me. And I am thrilled and grateful to be their coach, man.
Oh, go ahead, Rob.
They certainly have been ride or die. Let's give you some numbers. 17-3 in Conference USA in your third year here, Coach. You're 22 in the last 27, dating back to November of 2020. 26-9, best record under a head coach through 35 games in the program history, and we're just getting started. Now, this weekend, it's going, you know, certainly you got to close the year out. Certainly you do. You're looking at North Texas and Western Kentucky most likely being your next opponent. Let's talk about what you do in preparation for a game that you're banged up for, that on paper should be one of those that you kind of walk through getting ready for a championship. How do you address this over the next couple of weeks?
Well, y'all know I was a history teacher when I started at Old Big Sandy, Texas, and I started off every lesson with the old current event, just like your history teachers did, right? Let's just study some current events, right? Arkansas, 21-point favorite at home. Liberty waxed them. Illinois, 20-point favorite at home. Michigan State waxed them. UTSA, 20-point favorite at home. History. We're going to let it repeat itself or not? So we better read the history books and learn some stuff, or we'll be just like those other two fellas and get waxed at home in front of my loyal Alamo Dome faithful.
Well, you know what, Coach? Again, coaches, y'all will be coaches, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I hadn't watched much of UAB at all, so I didn't know how to take it with the running back and you talking to how highly you spoke of him. But yeah, that he was the real deal, Coach. He was a load.
Rudy,
he put us
on spin cycle. He put us on spin cycle a few times, but we're still spinning out there right now.
He was the real deal.
My coach is talking about all these tackling drills. I said, there ain't no tackling drill for the spin cycle, man. That guy just spun us up. He's going to get paid to play. Let it go. Move on.
Yeah, he's a Sunday guy. What can you tell us about La Tech, Coach, and what do you look at? Let me know now. I'm going to believe you this time. What is it about La Tech that you guys got to make sure y'all worry about?
Well, they're one of the top 20 passing teams in the country. And statistically, we struggled there. So their quarterback, Parker McNeil, is back. He's been out for a few weeks, and they lost those games. All the ones he was gone, they lost. They get him back, and they beat Middle last week, 40-24. Smoke Harris is one of my favorite players in the country. He is a go-daddy now. Returns their punts. He's a slot receiver. Has a great time playing the game. I have a good time with Smoke out there. Trey Harris is a big-time receiver in 3. I think Sonny Cummings is as good an offensive play caller is in the country. You know, he's the OC at Texas Tech, OC at TCU. They can really spin the football and throw it around. You look at the points they scored this year. They score points now. They struggle stopping people, but they scored a lot of points, and we're going to have to play great defense to win this game.
Coach, do you look forward to teams that, score a lot of points? Does that put pressure on your offense to go get more points?
I look forward to no teams that are really good at anything.
I know that's right.
That was a softball. Hey, Coach, man, what an impressive win. It just never ceases to amaze me that teams that can get into difficult situation and rely on what they've done before, and you did it again. Congratulations, Coach. Hell of a win.
Well, Frank, all the credit, and he deserves it. But let's remember, we had a field goal kicker made 3 big kicks. We had another field goal kicker execute an unbelievable onside kick. So many plays in that game, but man, zero is the one that makes it happen for. So I'm glad to have him. Appreciate y'all. God bless and birds up.
Birds up, Coach.
Yeah, we talked Frank Harris, but it was that defense that walked off the field. It was the defense that stopped them to win it.
Absolutely. Big sack on third down, put him in that long situation in overtime, and they got off the field and ball game.
It's time to put him in the top 25.